Hi traders, this is Taylor from thetradinganalyst.com. We're going to take a look at a bunch of charts here that our followers have requested from us, and be sure to get out your pen and pencil and paper and take some good notes and start studying, because we're going to go over some good technical analysis here on these charts, and hopefully you'll learn a thing or two. We're going to take a look at KO to start here, Coke, and I like this build here. You can see that we have a downtrend line right here that has gotten rejected at several times right here. You can see it's not really making new lows right here. You can even draw an uptrend right there. Okay, so we were making a low here, a higher low right here. And if we get a break over this downtrend line, then we can see a pretty big breakout on Coke. We've got a gap right here that may want to fill. You can see this candle closed right here at, what is that price? About $43. You can see we gapped down pretty big right there. So there's about $1 gap right here that needs to fill. And if we get a break over this downtrend line, more than likely that gap is going to fill right there. We've got another gap up here at about $45 they may want to fill. So that's something that you want to be looking for in the short term on Coke. I'm going to look at the weekly chart to see if I can see anything of use, and nothing really major here. Let's see if I can draw an uptrend line. That's pretty good right there. So we started here in the end of 2010. You can see how many touches right there we got. Got a bounce there, and we're right at this level right now. So more than likely, this trend continues to the upside for Coke. So that's the longer term view on KO. The next one we're going to take a look at is MACK. And we can go ahead and keep it here on the weekly time frame on MACK. You can clearly see that we are in a downtrend. Rejections, rejections. Look at how well it's respecting this angle. Okay, so we are in a downtrend line. Definitely not the spot to be a hero. But with that said, we are coming into a previous level of support, and the reason I drew that level of support is based off of the monthly chart right here, and you can see that the close of this candle and the open of this candle right here at 265. Okay, 265 to $2 is going to be that support, because $2 is right here at this all-time low. To be exact, it was 205 is that all-time low for MACK. So we're coming into some levels that could see a bounce. And we've got some oversold indicators here, MACD, stochastics, getting into those oversold ranges here. It's definitely something that you want to be aware of. Another thing here that I want to point out here is we've got the highest volume week that we've ever seen on MACK. Okay? Usually, higher volume is indicative of either tops or bottoms, okay? And clearly this is not a top, so what can it potentially be? It could potentially be a bottom here. So this is definitely something that you need to be aware of here. I also want to point out that I'm not saying that MACK is going to get a bounce from here, okay? It can slice through these levels and go to zero, okay? The point is, you got to be looking for some potential bounce signals. Right now, we haven't really gotten any, okay? Yeah, we have some higher volume here, but as it stands right now, we're still trending down. We've barely even seen a green day here, okay? That's barely a green day, barely a green day. I mean, nothing really, making lower lows, lower highs, and continuing down. So what you want to look for is some kind of potential bottoming signal, some kind of positive candle like we got right here. And you can see it broke out right here from about $5 all the way up to about $6.50 right there. So that was a nice little gain if you waited for that signal right here. Because if you didn't wait for that signal, you know, this could have easily just kept going down just like it is right now. So we can start to look for some kind of sideways trading. Maybe a pattern will develop, or maybe you'll get some kind of gap up with a strong candle like this. But as it stands right now, we're in a major downtrend line, but you do want to be keeping your eye out for some kind of bounce signals coming up. The next one we're going to take a look at is Walmart. And Walmart, this is not that clean of a chart here, and this is something that Walmart hasn't. It tends to kind of break technical patterns here, and that's okay. You don't have to trade it. You can trade a million other stocks in the market here. So we're going to look at one thing that I am seeing here on Walmart, and we've got a downtrend line that began here at the end of 2014. You can see a rejection here in about August of 2016. We've got another rejection here in December of 2016 right there. So this is a downtrend line that you definitely need to be aware of for Walmart. And you can see we had this support right here at about $73, $74. And you can see it became resistance here, and it became resistance here. So some very clear levels here on Walmart that you need to be aware of. The next one we're going to take a look at is DUK. And DUK, I'm going to go back to the daily time frame. You can see downtrend line, getting rejections right there, here, here. And it looks to me, if we get a break over this downtrend line coming up here sometime this week, or whenever, it doesn't matter. It looks like it has a nice build here. And what I mean by build is it's consolidating into this downtrend line, and it's building for its next move. Whether that's up or down remains to be seen. And you can see what I mean. Another thing that I mean by build is you can see these Bollinger Bands are very tight. This is a lower Bollinger Band. This is the upper Bollinger Band. And you can see when they consolidate very tightly, that means that price has been trading sideways in a very tight range for a while. So that's what I mean by a build. It's just kind of trading sideways, ready for its next move. So what it does by trading sideways is create energy to make the next move up. So either a lot of people are buying here and it just hasn't quite moved yet, not enough people have bought yet, get rid of the sellers here and then push it higher for the next level. Or you got a lot of sellers up here, okay? We're not in the market here to predict price action. If anybody tells you they have a crystal ball, they're lying. So what you want to do is react to these levels here, and if we get a break over these highs, about $78, we could see definitely a nice breakout here. There's a gap right here that may want to fill, and that's at about 79.66. You can see it closed right there, and then the next day opened well below that. So there's that gap right there that may want to fill for DUK. The next one we're going to take a look at is Apple. Apple here, really using this uptrend line very nicely. You can see it started here in November. December got a touch. January got a touch. Here again in January got a touch. And we broke over this resistance. You can see that clearly. Here's a resistance. And we broke over it right here. And you can see we retested it right here a couple times. And now we're headed higher. The next resistance above us is up at about 123. More than likely it's going to head up in that direction. The next one we're going to take a look at is Netflix. Netflix, this is a very bullish stock here. The stock broke out to all-time highs on a very good earnings report, okay? Their business is expanding. They're getting more subscribers. You know, we don't like to focus on a lot of fundamental analysis at the trading analyst, but let's just use some common sense. The business is expanding. The stock market is bullish, near all-time highs. Netflix gapped up. Price action is supporting that fundamental analysis. I really can't find anything wrong with Netflix here, and more than likely it's going to continue making new highs, and any dip to 132 to 135 to me is a buying opportunity, as I do think it's going to continue breaking out. The next one we're going to take a look at is Chipotle. Chipotle here, you can see overall very nice build here. Broke over this downtrend line. You can see rejected, rejected here. Broke over this downtrend line. And this looks just like, what was it, Coke. Okay, let's go back to Coke really quick. So look at Chipotle. Kind of study this build right here. And obviously Coke doesn't have as big of a pattern here, but you can see very similar look heading into this downtrend line. You can see we have a low here and a higher low right here. That's really the first time that's really done that since breaking down here. Okay, it hasn't really had this kind of a look here. So you can see the kind of move that we can expect. You know, broke over this downtrend line, and we broke over this downtrend line. Technically, it looks very good here, and fundamentally, it also looks good as well because we've got the restaurant sales were up, I believe, 14 or 15% from this time last year, and that's the reason they gapped up right here. So definitely think that Chipotle can head higher here, and looks like it's going to break out here. The next level of resistance is up here at 415, and then above that is a big time resistance just below 440. You can see how many times we've gotten that price level rejected here. So 415 and then 440 is going to be that next resistance level that you want to be focusing on for Chipotle. Thanks for stopping by and watching the video, everyone. Hopefully you learned a thing or two. If you like the video, keep watching, keep studying, keep learning, and if you want to learn even more, visit us at www.thetradinganalyst.com. We'll see you next time.